This tool is in the mill category. So this is a rolling mill, not a rolling press. Mill category meaning that it's extruding the metal or it's manipulating the metal, okay? So this is actually really similar to ceramics, our extruder. Okay, so these are stored inside the cabinet on the right. They're all hanging up there. This is called a draw plate. These are made in Italy. If you ever run into, you know, again at thrift stores and stuff, the made in Italy is really good. Switzerland, Germany. You want it steel, and then you can see on the other side that this side is tapered like that. So it looks like a countersunk drilled hole. So the open part is on this side, and then the perfect size is on that side, okay? So the idea is the fatter material is gonna squish through there, it's like Play-Doh, and then you pull it out through the machine side, okay? So first I need to find out, I got a long old piece, so I'm gonna probably have to, this will be awkward.
No shape.
So this is 18 gauge, and I wanna switch it to hopefully 22. And I used a lot. So it fits into this size 30, which those are not gauges. They just kind of help you with where you're at. So pretty good. I might have to, yeah, that's all right. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
So it fit into the 30, so now I'm in the 31. Okay. Fat side is on the fat side of it. And then this thing is perfectly designed to be not helpful in some ways because they tapered this so that you would never have to hold the teeth, but it gets in the way of the tongs. So
Can you make a chain using the shape?
say it again.
Can you make a chain using the shape taper?
Yeah, you can, but I think that you would have trouble making the coils and everything else if it's going to be a square chain or a star chain or oval chain. But yeah, we do have different shapes for this. And so that, I would usually use that more for like decorative edges, things like that. Okay. So I don't have a huge tail, so it takes just a little bit of playing. So I just made it grab the tail there, and then I'm going to pull. So those, the prongs, they have a textured edge to them, which is what's self-locking. So if you don't have this like gigantic torture device at home, what most people are using is the vise, and you just place the draw plate while protecting it from the vise teeth in the vise, and then you just use self-locking pliers and you pull. So we do have, so here's our plates. And here's an example of just what you could use at home. The other thing that you'll see that people do is, so you can see that they're textured. So that's just done with the blacksmithing side of things. But another thing that people do at home is they, you know, ratchet straps. That they'll just build this on their desk with just like two little steel bars that hold this, and then you just ratchet strap it, which works awesome. So the only thing I would invest in, like that's super machine, is the draw plates. Okay. And sometimes I'll still hold those to get them started. Now, because and I rubbed that with Bird Life, if you missed that step. I bet I could have gone, I'm gonna actually, well, we can finish it out. I was gonna say, I bet I could have gone in the 32. So, if I need more, I'm just kind of grabbing it right on the edge there. Move this whole thing off the chain, but I think it's a little bit easier to do this guy. So I'm making the wire longer, and I'm extruding out the size. So let's do it one more time. I was just in a 31, right?
Yes.
Let me try the belt here. really thin wire. If you're using thicker wire, then you can use the rolling mill to grade it down a size. Go a little bit more. That last one really didn't pull that much, so that's why that's why I can keep going. Eventually I've got to anneal. Trying to get my tail started because you could see it, I hope. It's like that thing that it's like the overlay design thing. Once I got it, I was like, oh, that's smart. No, that's not smart. So it's because these, I guess if I ground my tongs, it would work better. But, all right, let's try it again. So I forgot the burr light. This is just gonna make it goes through just nice and smooth. This is basically still annealed. Okie doke. I'm showing you this because, especially if it's fine silver, sterling silver, or gold, you would do all this at home. You wouldn't have to order stuff. You wouldn't have to order every single wire size that you need, etc. So since we're in the middle of a pandemic, I thought I would mention that all of these tools are making it so that, like this summer, I made a full body of work and all I had bought was like a little spool of 6-gauge wire. It was fat. And then I just threw everything down to whatever it was. Or we have ingots that we could pour, you know, new sterling silver wire. And you can just do this. Do a really small amount. I really want to have a lot of material if I'm going through the trouble. Any questions? It's kind of sweet, right? I just made something smaller. So we started at 18 and I'm at 20. So I would anneal, because now it's nice and hard. And I was in the number 33, so I want to probably get to 34 or 35. And then I've got my 22-gauge wire. Okay? So I'll do the same thing to anneal, and then I could go again. But I just made 20 gauge out of the 18. Cool?